And that one's recording again. Okay, audio check.
Hello, hello, hello.
You're still good.
Okay.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Heather. Today I'm going to go over our morning basket, and I love doing our morning basket because I'm able to teach about 4 subjects each morning in about 1 hour. So I love starting our day like this after we've kind of played our game and done our morning intro. It's a nice way to fill the kids' minds with a bunch of different information and different topics, and then we'll move on to the rest of our day doing our independent subjects. So to begin with, I kind of keep everything in a basket, which is pretty typical for this, just to keep it all contained. We do not go through everything that's in this basket in one day. It's kind of spread out throughout the week. So we typically start out with history. We do every single day. So I always have our history in there. So a couple books that we're reading, and usually I'll read in these for about 15-20 minutes. And then I'll ask the kids some questions to make sure that they had some understanding of it. My oldest will do a written narration on what we talked about. And then my younger, who's in first grade, he will just give some kind of oral narration or answer a couple questions. And then my youngest, who's in kindergarten, she just plays, and whatever she catches, but I'm not too concerned with. So while I'm reading, I'll typically have some kind of coloring printed out for them, or I like to keep some little activity books in here to basically keep my younger two busy and not interrupting me. So for my youngest, I have just the Melissa and Doug little scissor skills, and she loves doing these. And then my first grader, he really likes dot to dots. And then in case my oldest is feeling it at some point where she's finished her handwriting or other things that we're doing during our morning basket, she has a little dot to dot. Also, that goes up to, I think, 1,000. All right, so after we've finished up history, like I said, we do that every day. I like to jump into our rotating subject. So twice a week we do geography. So I have just their little geography books that I had printed out, and we just study one country every 2 weeks. And then to go along with that, I'll pull out our atlas, or depending on the day, we'll have what the world eats, and we'll talk about it, maybe watch a short YouTube video on that country and traveling to it. And then after that, on one of the days of the week, we will do a composer study. Right now we're learning about just the orchestra and the instruments and how an orchestra is set up and why. So we have that book in here. And then on one day of the week, we will just do a nature study real quick. And right now, since it's winter, we don't have a whole lot going on outside. So it typically is just a observe from inside. Maybe we'll take a look at a pine tree branch and see why the needles are the way that they are and how the tree doesn't have to lose its leaves because of that. And then another day we'll do an Aesop's fable or a virtues. And lastly, we have an artist study that we'll throw in there. And then once we've completed that rotating subject, that's when I will do our family read aloud. So we do this with Brave Writer Arrow, and right now we're doing Pax. And then while I'm reading this, I have the kids work on their handwriting, which is great because it's keeping their hands busy, and they're able to do this while listening. It doesn't require a lot of brain work for their handwriting, so they're able to follow along with the story. And it's a nice way to transition. And then lastly, I have a gratitude journal that we do each morning where I write down something I'm grateful for, and then I ask each of the kids to give me something that they're grateful for. And it's a nice way to keep the idea of how lucky we are in our lives present in theirs. And then our last thing that we like to do in the morning basket before we break off and do our independent stuff is either a riddle out of this book. We'll do a couple riddles. The kids really love them. Or we have this Miss Busted book, which the kids are really loving. And it's fun little facts like your heart doesn't actually skip a beat when you sneeze. Things like that. And the kids really enjoy it. We're able to quickly move through a bunch of subjects all within about an hour. And I know that the kids are getting a lot of the subjects that maybe might be missed otherwise if we didn't just sit down and take the 1 hour in the morning. So I hope some of these ideas might give you something to add into your morning and really increase the fun level in your mornings with your kids and lead to maybe some extra knowledge. My goal here is to expose them to as many different things as possible because I have no idea what might stick or what they're going to love and really be interested in. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.